Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel. So after hours today looked like Meta and Microsoft had good earning, and their stock were I think Microsoft went up about 3%, 4%, and Meta also was 3 to 4%. So, what about tomorrow? Tomorrow is another big day for Apple and Amazon, and they will report after hours as well. So now let's take a look at Apple. So Apple last time, it was a 14. So it was no, I think it was the 20, maybe 17. I last look at it, and they say look like it's gonna go back down here and come back up and reach 210 target, and it hit today. So what's next for Apple? All right, so we can see is did pretty well, came back into the orange channel. Now, so for Meta and Microsoft, look like they got good earning, and I expect Apple at least decent. There's been downtrend, so if they have good earning or even okay earning, the stock should be at least break even or bounce a little bit. So we are talking about we're gonna hit 220, or maybe gonna fill up the gap 227. So I'm thinking it will go into at least here 223 will be the next target. All right, for Apple. However, I expected to pull back afterward. We are talking about pulling back 204 after I would say after this week. So next week should be a pullback. I'm not sure, but I'll just put it here. Okay. Just a prediction. So we have 220, 223, 227 for Apple, and then they expect a pullback of 205. However, somehow with the tariff and its affect Apple earning, it might go back. Instead of going up, it might pull back to 205. All right. And if something really, really bad, it might go back to the channel support, and we are looking at about, let's say 200 even. But that is not likely. Okay, more likely to bounce again a little bit more and then pull back. So that is for Apple. Amazon, look at this, 30% drawdown. Pretty crazy. Okay, so for Amazon, we were here last time. So you can see the arrow here. I say most likely it will go back to the orange line, which was the support, now become resistant. So it came up from here up, cross both resistance line, however, it came back down, right? And I say if it go here and there's some good news about a tariff, it might go as high as 197. It went up about 190, right? So kind of close, but not yet. And then it came back down. So what's next for Amazon? Um, Apple was a little bit better in terms of the chart for Amazon. Oh, actually, yeah. So for Amazon, let's draw a quick trend line. Okay, so you see how crazy it is where let's check out these trend line, right? We for focusing on the green line. You can see that, right? From here, it go down, bounce up, the resistance, came back down, tried to come up, pull back, hit it again, came over, right? Tried to break out. However, it came back down and test. Okay. Now we are talking about this is like a very important zone for Amazon. See this down a lot, and now it's at 184. I am thinking if it has really good news, I mean really good earning, it might finally hit 197. Okay, and then 205 will be next. So for Amazon, at least you can see here it tried to do a W shape, right? But it's not. At least now you can see this is the bottom, higher low. No, sorry, this is not the bottom. Let's say this is a low, higher low. Now it may be making another higher low. If it bounce, and then let's say it come back here, for example, and bounce again, we will have another. It broke the trend and we're trending up. It's a good thing, right? So we don't know. We have to wait. So if it got good earning, if it has to do with tariff, just like Shein and Temu, they got a lot of problem with the tariff and they have to raise prices. It will cost the number down. Okay, and personally, I know people that use Temu and they stop and they wait. So if that's the case, we are talking about it go down at least 172. Okay, so 172 might be the target if it got bad earning. Okay. Um. Again, it's not likely to happen. I'm thinking of more of a just like the other one, but the tariff thing is very tricky and nobody knows right now, right? So we have to see. I'm more inclined of a bounce, but there might be a pullback if any news is not finalized or whatever, and the customer they are holding back, right? So this, if that they mention about that, we're talking about 172 for Amazon. All right, so as of right now, at this point, it's just a hold. Apple a little bit better, um, but the tariff thing is very tricky. It's still a hold because it can go both way, and it's kind of in the middle of the middle of the channel, right? Um, only thing is has been um let me Yeah, so I'm thinking, mm, it's about it's been overbought for about a month. Um, I think both are still a hold for now, right? And it really depends on the earning call and their forward guidance. So hard to trade. I would maybe just wait and see how it is, and then you can see direction and then trade again. Sometimes you just have to wait. Don't do anything might be the best action here for Amazon and Apple, but their earning will move stocks on Friday, so we will have to wait and see. All right, thanks for watching. Please give it a like, subscribe, and um, we will check back next week. All right, everybody, have a good night. Bye.